Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Seiko, not Psycho experience. So, welcome. Come on in, come on in. This is the Seiko, not Psycho experience, where I am your girl, Coach CEO Saunders, and I'm here to give you some great experiences of who I am and what you could possibly be experiencing. So here at the Seiko Not Psycho Experience 0911, since 911 is emergency. So 0911 basically is more so in the I want to say more of the experience, the sequence, the number sequence. And whenever you get a second, just go Google it and see what 911 means and the number sequences. So, here today we have 4 to 5 segments, and today's segment is the topic of bipolar disorder. So, we're going to talk about bipolar disorder 2, not 1, but 2. So, in the segment 1, we're going to talk about the topic, the problem, myths, as well as the truths that will be cited from whatever website we have available, and as well as a theory solution of something that maybe possibly I would do or that I have done. And I'm just going to, shoot the breeze with you and give it to you straight. Then in the second segment, we're going to have the Seiko shout out, where I shout out a business that I that inspire me and that I am so excited to have shared in their inspiration, their vision, or just love their products really well. And I just want to show everybody some great products. Segment 3, we're going to be going out and sending motivational moments as well as email motivational moments. And that could be something from a Bible verse, a text, something that is your favorite quote, something that a quote that you made, your accomplishments, even a movie. Like, hey, why don't you go check out this such and such type of movie? I heard that is really great. And then our last segment, segment 4, we're going to do a recap. And the recap basically is more of a rewind of everything that we talked about in this hour. So, what I wanted to talk about today, and the topic is bipolar disorder 2. And in the bipolar disorder 2, we're going to be doing the sites from mayoclinic.org. So that's what we're going to be going on today. And we're going to talk about basically what bipolar 2 is insinuated, what is it incorporated with, what are the symptoms, blah, 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 episodes. So last week or 2 weeks ago, we basically touched on the bipolar 1 and bipolar 2. So today we're going to do a continuation and we're going to talk about the bipolar 2 disorder. And it says bipolar 2 disorder, you've had at least one major depressive episode and at least one hypomaniac episode. But you've never had a manic episode. Now, it says here bipolar 2 disorder is not a milder form of bipolar 1 disorder, but a separate diagnosis. While the manic episodes of bipolar 1 disorder can be severe and dangerous, individuals with bipolar 2 disorder can be depressed for longer periods, which can cause significant impairment. Although bipolar disorder can occur at any age, typically it's diagnosed in the teenage years or early 20s. Symptoms can vary from person to person, and symptoms may vary over time. Now, I'm bipolar 2, and I was diagnosed at around about 11 or 12. And my father took me to a psychiatrist's office and said, hey, my daughter is really promiscuous. She's going through all of these things. What is wrong with her? How can we help? Blah, 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 blah. So I heard the psychiatrist sit here and talk to me, and all I heard was, I don't know if you ever experienced Charlie Brown and how his mom comes on as wah 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 wah. And that's what I felt like this psychiatrist made me feel like. It made me feel like wah 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 wah. And I'm like, yo, like, what are you talking about? And she was like, oh, you have all of these problems going on. Your mind is here, blah, 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 blah. You have all of these folders open in your brain, and your brain can't decipher which one it wants. So it wants to pick here, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, wah, wah, wah. And she's like, well, why are you so mad and why are you so angry? And I'm like, because you're freaking talking to me like I am not a human, like I am not experiencing anything. And I'm like real young, so, like literally like 12, like I wasn't even a preteen yet. So just going through that experience of the psychiatrist and why my daughter is this way and oh, we can't help her and da 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 da. Um, I went through a heavy period of depression, heavy period of suicidal attempts, ideation. I am unable to pronounce it properly, so I am working on that. So I wear this. I wear suicide colors and mental health colors, and I associate everything around mental health and suicide because it is truly a severe epidemic that is going on, not only just in our culture, like in all cultures, seriously. It doesn't matter where you've come from. It doesn't matter where you're going. It doesn't matter where you've been. All that it matters is that do you understand what's going on up here? Do you understand and know who you are? Do you understand why you are going through whatever it is that you may be going through? And how is that affecting your daily life? How is that affecting your children's lives or your spouse life or your job or your finances? How is it affecting your everyday habits? So, being with bipolar, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to not be on medication any longer. It takes a lot to really come out about your disorder and really come out and feel safe and feel comfortable and trusting enough that you are able to come tell the world. So that's where I'm at in the Seiko, not Psycho experience show, because here we want to shed light and positive reinforcement not only on suicide but also mental health, because suicide only stems from mental health. And when your mind is not right, your body doesn't feel right. When your body doesn't feel right, your soul doesn't feel right. Nothing feels right. Everything feels off and turbsy topsy and just all feeling polluted and feeling stuck and stagnant and feeling that dark cloud hang over you. And that's where it is most times for people who are going through mental health, who has been through mental health, who's been through or going through suicide. It really takes enormous strength to really hold up all your problems to say, hey, this is what I have. And I am going to dig through all of these things and I am going to figure out where they belong and why they don't belong here and what I need to do. So, dealing with bipolar 2 is not easy. It's really truly not easy. We only have an hour, but it's truly not easy at all to make sure that you aren't on that slippery slope and that you aren't going crazy, because as in the world having bipolar is looked at as such this Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. However, if you just kind of maybe take the time out to figure out why you are the way that you are and stop blaming everyone and just really understand what you have and how to maneuver through that, because as an old professor told me at CCP, I believe his name was Professor Peterson. He said, life is what you go through, it's not who you are. And he said, what you are experiencing is not to keep you there, it's to keep you going forward. And it's keeping you to understand that what you have, honestly, is something very remarkable. And even in the point of it being an illness or a disease, it can really be a great protective safety net and something that is something really amazing that you can share with others when you are very comfortable in it. So I encourage you to understand and know who you are and understand why you are going through what you are going through, because it is a lesson and there's a reason. In this segment, we're going to read some more about bipolar disorder too and understand maybe this is something that doesn't have to be looked at as a negative thing. But if it is, maybe look at it on a point of where you now know and how you can teach other people how to not only love you, but take care of you in a safety way. So it says mania and hypomania. Mania and hypomania are two distinct types of episodes, but they have the same symptoms. Mania is more severe than hypomania and causes more noticeable problems at work, school, and social activities, as well as relationship difficulties. Mania may also trigger a break from reality, psychosis, and require hospitalization. Now, I have experienced almost being 302. I've experienced heavy medication, psychosis therapy. Um, I've experienced my bipolar episodes messing up at work, messing up at school, messing up in relationships. And I had to take accountability of what I was doing and what I do. So, in a point of me, even in this moment today of being a peer specialist and being a life coach and a mother, I still make sure I check my mental health every single day. I make sure if I'm not feeling well, I'm not answering this phone. If I'm having not such a great day, I'm not answering my door. I'm not answering my emails. I am not texting. I am not doing none of those things. What am I doing? I'm going to tell you what I'm doing in our, let's see what segment that is. That's still in this segment, but that's in the third part called Theory and Solution, and where I speak upon my personal experience of when I'm going through not a great day, on how I got through that day and how I get through that day. So, and also you can check out some coping mechanism skills. So, I've experienced that point where I showed up at my job when I was supposed to be off, or I am still home in the bed thinking I got off and I'm supposed to be at work and I have the elder clients waiting on me. That's how I first knew that, yo, chill. Something's wrong. You're going through some issues and you need to get it together, because if not, it's going to destroy your whole life and everything you touch. So going through that process and going through all of the things that I went through within the shelter and blah blah blah, I have learned to really take care of myself and take care of my mental health, because it is very very important. If I'm having a gloomy bad day, and I'm, let's say for instance, I'm having a really horrible day to the point that uh, I relapse. Well, now, if I relapse, not only everything I've worked for is damaged and destroyed, but also now I'm destroying my children's lives. I have three. You understand? So I'm now demolishing and dismantling their images that they have grown up with and have known and loved and experienced. And now they like, wait a minute, mommy a monster again. Like, what's going on with her? No, mommy not a monster no more. Mommy now takes care of her mental health. Mommy knows when she's having a really, really bad day and it's not you. I don't want to take it out on you, but you know what? I need 20 minutes. I need an hour. I need to really get myself together. I need to have 2 days where I'm laying in the bed and I'm just like, you know what? My pain, my body, this, that, and the third. But then I remember, girl, get up. Get up. It is time for you now to get what you need to get done. You gotta pull it up, you gotta pull it in, you gotta stack it together, and you gotta just go with it and pray that what you are doing and what you know is working is actually working, because I see the difference. I hope you see the difference. I see the difference definitely. So if I've experienced these, and I don't know if you've experienced any of these, but if you have experienced those, you know, I pray definitely for light and healing, and hopefully some things that I speak about that maybe you can, you know, I don't know. I've used them, and I just hope that I'm not the only one that can unlock my mental. And I hope that I encourage other people to really understand their great value and their worth, because you are worth it. You are worth unlocking all the craziness about you everyone spoke about, and all that anger and that meanfulness everyone spoke about. That you can unlock those things. So it says both a manic and hypomaniac episode includes three or more of these symptoms: abnormal upbeat, jumpy or wired, increased activity, energy, or agitation, exerted, ex, oh, excuse me. Ooh, these words. Ex, aggravating sense of well-being and self-confidence, euphoria, decreased need for sleep, unusual talkativeness, racing thoughts, distractibility, poor decision making, for example, going on buying sprees, taking sexual risks, or making foolish investments. Now, I've experienced mm, all of these things. However, I know when I'm experiencing them, and I know now how to pull back and be like, you know what? Yeah, so I'm not gonna just go ahead and spend this $3,000 on to get, less hypothetically, to get, to get a weave, or or I don't know, to get my nails done, whatever. No, I'm not gonna be foolish and just put all my money out here, or just be foolish to just um go off for 3 weeks and leave my kids high and dry. Like, no, you understand? I know when I'm like, yeah, let me will that right on in. That's just not it's not logical. It's just wouldn't even be good for my health. Now I'm at that point where I am going through these things, and if people make me even feel as though they're triggering those episodes, I have to immediately remove myself. When I say immediately, I mean immediately remove myself because yeah, it's just not good. It's not good. Bipolar disorder is not curable to the sense of you can take a Tylenol, pop a Tylenol, and it's gone. No, no, it's not. However, there are great things that you can do just in general to help your process not go so tough, so rough, so like you can fall, and you know how you can fall and just scrape your knee, but then you fall and like bust your knee, but then you fall and like you need stitches, and then you fall and you just broke your knee. Well, when you fall and scrape your knee, you have neosporin. You fall and scrape your knee, you have a band-aid. You fall and scrape your knee, you have clean it up, you put some ointment on it, you know, and go about it. If that's your kid or you, or your significant other, you know, there are things that you can do to help mold, you know, and help for a better episode that you will deal with. Because if you deal with episodes, you're going to deal with episodes, period, point blank. You're going to deal with episodes. But if you know how to feel them coming, and you know how to see them coming, and you know how to say, you know what, I'm not going to really entertain this. I'm only going to entertain this a little bit. You know how to kind of weave and or bottom weave, if they, as they say, and you know, go through the situation a little bit differently. So with bipolar 2, you also have the depressive episodes. You have the depressive episodes. You have it where you don't want to see nobody. You don't want to talk to nobody. You don't want to involve sometimes people in your mess. I've been there. I've been there many of times. I'm sure I'm never not going to ever experience it again. However, I just know when I experience it, it's like, yo, yeah, like you tripping. You know, you're tripping, or are you really tripping? Like, did this person really just, you know, like really disrespect you, hit you, or, you know, cause harm to you? And then you have to separate your emotion from your intellect. Excuse me. Excuse me. I don't know if you guys ever experienced drinking something in a bubble at the same time. Oh my gosh. Almost took me out of here on live camera. Almost took me out of here on live. Anyway, so we're just basically going to finish reading a little bit more, and then after that, we're going to go into the second. It's still going to be the first part of the segment, but it's going to be the second part where it goes into the myths versus the truth. So I'm gonna read a little bit more, and I'm gonna read a little bit more when it comes to the depressive episode. It says here, and I'm reading from MayoClinic.org. It says major depressive episodes. A major depressive episode includes symptoms that are severe enough to cause noticeable difficulty in day to day activities, such as work, school, social activities. Did I read this already? Hold on. Wait a minute. No, this was. I want to make sure I don't want to give you guys the wrong information at all. Just please bear with me. Okay, here we go. So when it talks about the depressive moods, it says depressed moods such as feeling sad, empty, hopeless, or hopeless or tearful. In children and in teens, depressed moods can appear as irritability, mark loss of interest, or feeling no pleasure at all. or almost all activity. Significant weight loss when not dieting, when weight gain or decrease or increase appetite in children. Failure to gain weight as expected can be a sign of depression. Either insomnia or sleeping too much, either restlessness or slowed behavior, fatigue or loss of energy, feelings of worthiness, worthlessness, or excessive or inappropriate guilt, decreased ability to think or concentrate, or indecisiveness, thinking about planning or attempting suicide. Now, I don't know if you heard me earlier when I said suicide is triggered from mental health. There's been plenty of times when I would go through these spells of no one loves me, I want to kill myself, I want to hurt myself. And I remember I used to try to slit my wrist so many times. And I don't know if you can see it. My glasses keep sliding off my face. I gotta tighten them up. But I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a line. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can. I don't know if you can see it. I'll probably put a picture up so you guys can see it. But I have a picture that I took when we did the suicide walk. My family and I did the suicide walk, and we walked 6 miles. And I mean, it was just something truly amazing. It was really, really something that I can't believe that I was truly a part of. And it was such a sad, however, joyous occasion because just to see so many lives affected by suicide, excuse me, it just I was so emotional the whole time. But I had invested $15 and bought me a suicide bracelet and suicide survival bracelet, and it honestly helps me get through the day. I've never taken this off, and I don't plan to take it off, and it reminds me every day of my purpose and what I need to give out to the world and why God chose me to go through all of the hardships that I've experienced and went through to now give it and show people that there's still life after mental health, and there's life still after suicide attempts and suicide and all the pain that we go through with it. you know um it's not just affecting you, it's affecting you and you and you and them and everybody around you. Is affecting the people that once loved you. It is affecting, people that love you and care about you. It's affecting people that you've never met and that won't ever possibly meet you. So I hope that you stay around and you see all of my YouTube videos and you understand that you too are a great value and a great asset to not only yourself but the world. And I pray that you continue going forward. Now, and the second part is still the first part, the first segment, but number two is the myths versus truth. So we're going to look up a myth about bipolar, and just see how you feel about it and see, what you feel is truth or not. And then we're going to look at some truth. So, um, this one is coming from, this is coming from Latitude. There we go. Latitude. So Latitude, www.latitude.com. So this is cited. And what is bipolar depression? Now, It says bipolar depression refers to the lows or the depressive phases of bipolar disorder. There are many forms of depression, unlike unipolar depression. Bipolar depression is part of a larger condition known as bipolar disorder, and it should be treated differently. Knowing what kind of depression you have is important because there are different treatment options for different types. Be sure to ask your doctor about how these options work differently to treat unipolar versus bipolar depression. Now, unipolar, if I am pronouncing it correctly, UNIPOLAR versus bipolar depression, BIPOLAR depression, DEPRESSION. Understanding the large condition bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder, the larger condition that includes bipolar depression. It's a lifelong or chronic illness. It's a condition that affects the brain in a way that can cause extreme mood swings that vary in length. People with bipolar disorder can go from mania, which is the highs, feeling euphoric or revved up and irritable, to depression, the lows. Feeling down or hopeless, these highs and lows are called episodes. So I don't know if you can see here, behind me, I have two brains, one on each side. And this is a squishy for stress balls. When I tell you, this is really amazing because our brain goes through so many different shocking waves and man, so many like electrics and so many things going on and vibes and energy and just pum 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 neurons, pum 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 all day long, just going through, just going through. And our brain is the most precious and important and largest part of our entire body. Learn to love on your mental. Learn to love on your body. Learn to love on your brain. Learn to love on you. Learn to just love you. Don't allow people to just do what they want and say what they want and just say F you and just roll out. No, love you. Learn to love you because when you learn to love you, baby, love will love you back. I promise you that. So, with the myths and the truth, so we're going to get to some myths. One of the myths that I know I hear often are I was born with mental health, or I was born with depression, I was born with bipolar. That's what we want to talk about. I am not even going to cite off of here. I'm going to talk off my brain. And a myth, the myth is, oh, you can't be born with bipolar. You're not born with it. Yeah, you could be born with it. I was born with it. I didn't ask to have bipolar, you know. I didn't say, hey, doc, give me that bipolar stuff over there. Yeah, I want that one right there, bipolar. Let me put it in my purse and put it in there. Bipolar, depression. Oh, that one too. I love depression. Yeah. No, we don't say that. Who in a right mind, seriously, or wrong mind, why would you feel as though you absolutely enjoyed being bipolar or having bipolar? I don't enjoy it. I know that this is something that I've learned to accept of who I am, what I have, why I have it, where it came from. It came from both sides of my family. My mother's side of the family has bipolar, schizophrenia, fibroid tumors, edema, rheumatoid arthritis. My father's side has huge amounts of bipolar disorder. And depression, cancer, all of those things. Know what your family has. Know what you have. It's very, very important. It's not trying to, oh yeah, I'm bipolar. Woo, woo, go bipolar. However, at the end of the day, yes, I have bipolar too. Yes, what I have had me experience great episodes of that topsy-turvy feeling, that racing thoughts, the harming myself, wanting to harm others. I went through this, yeah. When my daughter went through what she went through, sexual abuse, man, when I tell you as a parent, yo, in my mind, I'm like, yo, I'm a murderer. Like, yo, I'm about to kill somebody. Seriously, like, yo, you my kid, so experiencing them, but you don't it's not like I'm a killer. You understand what I'm saying? It's like you can't say, oh, all bipolar people are this or all bipolar people are that. And when even like as we read on the site, on the site website, that you have to treat bipolar different to each different person. And I know for me having bipolar, it has taken tolls on a lot of relationships. You want me to be honest? That's what I'm doing. I'm being honest, and definitely here on the not psycho experience, not psycho, the psycho, not psycho experiences. I've damaged a lot of relationships. I'm not going to lie. I've damaged a lot of relationships. Why? Because people don't understand you have to treat people accordingly. You're not going to treat me how you choose and how you see fit, and I'm going to be okay with it and just allow you. No. What world are anyone living in? So you're just going to let somebody come and just punch you? I just punch you in the face like that and you cool with it. So you're just going to stand there and let me just punch you in the face? No. You're going to either move. I hope you move, or try to punch me back. I hope. Now, if you stand there, I don't know what to tell you on that. I've experienced it once, maybe twice. I've experienced. Once the person got me. I'll never forget. A female relationship I was in, woman punched me in my face, had me captive in her house. I will never forget that on Mother's Day. On Mother's Day. I only had 2 kids at the time. On Mother's Day. And when I say it was one of the worst experiences ever in my life, like you literally held me captive on Mother's Day. Like I was down Southwest, supposed to be going back home. You punched me in the face, and I will never forget that punch. Like when I say I will never forget that punch, I will never. It like was a jaw punch right there, and I stayed like a dummy. I pleaded, I stayed like a dummy, and I had to fight my way out of that sucker, and I did. So when I tell you, when you go through these things, you have to like figure out what is feasible for you and what you will and won't accept. And I've damaged a lot of relationships. However, those relationships that I've damaged, I hope that they understand that it wasn't me. It was what I was going through. It was what I was experiencing that I didn't know what I was experiencing. So whatever I was experiencing, it tumbled out because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know how to tell my family. I didn't know how to tell my friends. I didn't know how to tell relationships, hey, I'm going through this psycho thing. I'm going through this thing. Like I'm ready to hurt somebody. Like I need some help because it was never explained to me. It was not when I tell you it was never explained to me. To this day, it was never explained to me on either side of my family because they hush it. Shh, we don't want to talk about this person got bipolar. We don't talk about because they are alcoholic. Don't talk about because they on drugs. Shh. Don't talk about because they stole. We don't talk about nothing in our community. And this is why our children are growing up the way that they're growing up because we're so afraid to talk about the truth. We're so afraid to make someone feel uncomfortable. But last time I checked, plants don't grow in comfortable situations. Fire is not placed on glass for comfortability. This glass on my table was not made out of comfortability. A shape was not shaped from out of comfortability. Nothing can grow out of comfortability. So if I have to shatter some illusions for you to understand where I'm coming from and what I've experienced and how I can be an asset, I don't know what to tell you. But I'll tell you this much, I'm not going to lie to you. And I'm sure I'm not going to stretch it. I'm going to be honest and I'm going to tell you the truth. Now, we went over the myths, we went over the truths. You can be very well born into mental health. It is hereditary. So check out not only who you sleeping with, check out who you sleeping with family. Because you may not be sleeping with your baby cousin, sister, father, uncle, but honey, technically you are. Because when you sign onto that list, that's what you're signing on to, that craziness. So you gotta actually ask yourself, I need to ask these questions. Do you want more children? Do you want children? Do you want a business? Do you want this? Before you decide what's your last name, make sure we not kins and we cousins. Cause we got a lot of that going on in the world. And I know a lot about it. That's all I'ma say. Now, segment, we're still in the first segment. However, the last part in the segment is a theory and a solution. Now, when you're going through, okay, excuse me. When I'm going through my bipolar episodes, let's be real, my bipolar episodes, I sing in the shower. I get up really, really early. My house is on lit music box, music all day long. I'm planting. I'm growing seeds. I'm staying another day alive because I don't do well on medication, and I'm being honest. I don't even like I don't even like the pills going down my throat because I tried to commit suicide with pills as well. Cutting myself pills when I was pregnant, my not this baby, but my middle daughter. I went through a lot. I went through a lot. And what I would say, it's not easy. It's not easy. That's why now, peace and love. Peace. And people look at me like I'm crazy. Look at me like I'm crazy. I don't care. That's another day that I didn't have to take a medication. That's another day that I survived. That's another day that you're still alive. That's another day I didn't kill nobody. That's another day I didn't hurt nobody. That's another day I'm still doing great. Another day. Another day I got out of something that I was in the day before. Another day. Another day. And once we learn how to stop beating ourselves up so much and just take not only responsibility but accountability, oh yeah, we'll be more able to accept our ish and what we're doing. So that's more sometimes like the theory of what I do when I'm going through certain things. I just make my work, everything, my hobby, my work, and I pour me into it. I pour my experiences in it. I pour, my hurt into it. I pour my love into it. I pour everything that I have into it for another day that I'm alive and another day that love is still pumping through my veins and I'm knowing that God is here, God is able, and He's coming, and He's going to say to me, well done, my child, well done. And I'm going to be like, yes, I did it. Because that's all it's about. It's just about knowing that everything that I've experienced and I went through wasn't for nothing. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die for something. I'm not going to die for nothing. You crazy? Remember, it's the Seiko, not psycho experience. Now, Finally, moving on to segment two, the Seiko shout out. And the Seiko shout out is 2:44, so we still got some time. We got till 3. So the Seiko shout out is my lovely, beautiful cup. I wanted to show you this last time, but I only had um my my novelty cup. So this was made for me and CEO. CEO stands for change, encourage others. So CEO is not saying I'm CEO, look at me. You can't be on my level. No. CEO is saying you are on all our levels. We are all amazing and wonderful, and we deserve to already have CEO, which when we're first born anyway. Anywho, check out your stocks and your bonds. Check out where your money go when you first are born. That's all I'm going to say. You check those out, and you come back and tell me why your name is not CEO. Because last time I checked, I know you was the king, and I know you was the queen. CEO. Change, encourage others. So this was made for me, and I absolutely love it. And this shout out goes to Glitter, excuse me, glue gun, glue guns and glitter. Still having trouble getting it all together, but I absolutely love my glass, and it's still holding strong. And it's been since maybe the first June 2nd. I got it. Yep, June 2nd, which was the date of my book release, the Coping Mechanism series, which is a workbook. This was made for me, and I absolutely love it. And it's just so amazing. So this one I can't drink out of. This one I drink out of. So this is just more novelty, more, just kind of keeping it on a shelf. And so shout out to Glue Guns and Glitter. So I'll be um using this every single time we're on live. Drinking nothing but greatness. This is water. I will be probably making some detox later. Um, so that's really that on the Seiko shout out, which is just a business corner, just for me telling somebody thank you so much for your awesome sauce, products, which I absolutely love. So glue, guns, and glitter. So check it out. Check out all my glitter on it. I absolutely love this. I think this is truly amazing. So thank you so much. Glue, glue, guns, and glitter. So now the third segment is motivational moments. And like I stated, it's more so going to be, just a motivational quote or a motivational movie or something like that to keep you going throughout the day. And I definitely will be needing your email addresses so I can send you some motivational moments to your email. If you're going through a time and you really just need some motivational moments, I got you. So the motivational moments today is going to be by Joel Osteen, and it's Journey to a Better You, 9 Lessons to Change Your Life. And he is a bestseller author. So, there's something on in here. It says, I don't know if you can see it, but I think this was really something really worth mentioning. It says, it's good to have dreams and goals. We should be stretching our faith, believing for something bigger. But here's the key: while we're waiting for things to change, waiting for promises to come past, we shouldn't be discontent where we are. Maybe you're believing to have a baby, believing for a new house, or believing to even get married. That's great. But don't go to the next 5 years discontent being single, discontent with the house you have, or discontent not having a child. Learn to enjoy the season that you're in. It says we're so focused on what we want that we're taking for granted what we already have, or what we have. being unhappy, frustrated, and wondering if something is ever going to change. It's not going to make it happen any sooner. When we're discontent, we're dishonoring God. We're so focused on what we want that we're taking for granted what we have. The right attitude is, God, I'm believing for a new house, but in the meantime, I'm happy with the house I have. I'm believing to get married, but in the meantime, I'm content at being single. I'm believing for a better job, but I'm happy with the job I have right now. Now, bloom where you're planted. This is what David did. He spent years planting. So, what I will add to that and what I'll say to that, thank you so much, Joel Olstein. And you can pick up, I don't know where, I think I got this from I don't even know where I got this from, honestly. I just, wherever I'm at, and if I see some great content, I definitely pick it up. So, thank you, Joel Olstein. And what I will add to that is start planting your seed. Start planting your seed. I don't care how small it is. Like they said in the Bible, as small as a mustard seed. That's fine. Start planting your seed. But the same day that you plant your seed, please stop looking for a reward the same day you plant your seed because it won't be there. I promise you, it will nothing be there but dirt. That's it. It's going to be a seed and dirt. That's it. Leave it alone, water it, talk to it, give it love, nurture it, care for it, take care of it, watch it grow, watch you grow. And the last segment is our recap. So we're going to recap what we talked about. We talked about bipolar 2. We talked about the highs and the lows. We talked about when it comes to the myths versus the truth. It is, you can be very well born into it. It's hereditary. However, you could never have had it and one day get it. It really can happen like that. It can be triggered. Um, Never give up. Never give up. Keep going. Keep researching. Keep understanding, knowing what type of bipolar you have. For me, I have bipolar too, and I deal with that on a daily basis, and I nurture it on a daily basis, and I love me on a daily basis. I love being single. However, yes, I would love to be married to a really awesome man that really takes care of his home and take care of his kingdom and queendomness, and we do it together. And we're in this partnership and corporation and foundation together. He supports me, and he knows why I do what I do, and I support him, and I know why he does what he do. And we love our children, and we're building and going to, fellowship and empowerment together, and being that you see him, you see me, you see me, you see him, you see us, you see we. That's the marriage I want. I don't want just some old ram bam thank you man type of marriage just because I want to get married. I'd rather stay single. I'm okay with that. And I'm learning to live and enjoy my storm. I'm learning to dance in my storm and dance in my storm and dance in my storm anyway. Because it is power in dancing in your storm anyway, honey. Because when the goodness come and the graciousness come, I already know where it came from. And I don't have to second guess and I don't have to be like, oh God, no, this is not for me. And then I done missed out my blessing. No, I'm taking my blessings when God gives them to me because that's what He said for me to do. So I am your girl, Coach CEO Saunders, and welcome to the Seiko Not Psycho Experience Live Show. Don't forget, I'm on www.saunders. Oops, excuse me, I said it wrong. www.saundersco.org. And I definitely enjoyed your experiences today, and I'm glad you are a part of the Seiko Not Psycho experience. And definitely come be a part every Monday from 2 to 3 p.m. I'll be right here. If I'm not right here, I will be on here wherever I'm at in the world, and I will be going live from 2 to 3 p.m. every Monday from 9:11 in the morning and again at 9:11 in the evening. For 20 minutes, I am opening my cell phone line. Here we go, my phone line. If you just want to simply shoot an encouragement text, if you want someone to talk with you, pray with you, if you want to just hear some encouragement and just say, keep going, queen, keep going, king, you got it. I'm definitely here. 267-819-8794. And I definitely really enjoyed your experience today. Thank you for being a part. Follow my health and wealth journey. I am more than my mental health. and so are you. Don't forget, we are awesome sauce amazing and in our own skin. Enjoy it, love it, live on it, live it, be it because you deserve it. You're more than what you know you are. Keep going strong. Please never forget. Motivational moments came from Joel Osteen, as well as our site, what we looked up earlier in our first segment of Bipolar 2. And we talked about the problem. We talked about myth versus truth, as well as being cited from the Mayo Foundation, as well as some solutions when you're going through what you're going through. Take a bubble bath, pray, do yoga, meditation. Just stop the noise, stop everything around you. Go find a war room. Go duke out who you are and duke those things out because you are worth it. You are worth to love on you. How can you expect someone to love you and be kind to you and be sweet to you if you can't even be kind and sweet and love for yourself? You got to love you first. And it really truly is meaning you have to love you first. Because if you can't love you first, no one else will love you second. I promise you that. But again, thank you for joining the Seiko, not Cycle experience. And this is the Saunders Associates and Co. Follow our journey. I am more than my mental health. Thank you for being a part of this wonderful, wonderful journey. And I'll see you back here next week, Monday. And that next topic will be a surprise because it is a new month. And with that being a new month, we will talk about something very new. So next week we will be going on some adventures and we'll be doing some things for the holidays. So I'll see you soon. Don't forget. Soon you'll be seeing me in some seminars at church. So hopefully you'll come out. Pleasant Grove Church. All right. Pleasant Grove Church, I believe, is at 20. Let's see, 29th in Berks, if I'm not mistaken, or 33rd in Berks. No, it's 29th in Berks. I have the address for you next week. However, thank you for joining the Seiko Not Cycle Experience. I am your girl and your host and your author and your poet and your live, loud, and in color inventor and just awesome sauciness with these dimples and health and wellness and mental health and suicide prevention, life coach and peer specialist. And I am bipolar and I love it because I love me. And remember, know who you are, know why you are doing what you are doing. Even if the world doesn't move with you, just know that you are moving and the world will move with you eventually when they see what you are doing and they know why you're doing it. Remember, be the change, CEO, be the change to encourage others. Thank you so much for joining, and I love you always. Peace, love, and always. Let's get coaching. And CEO, change, encourage others. You are more than you know. You are worth it. You are worth it. I'm having my song coming up soon. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.